What's going on, freakazoids? How's it going? PK sews it up. And Whiskey Boots. The only two people that are here currently. But the coolest two, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, good, she said. Yeah, we're going to go over the, there's a missing nurse over there in California, Angelica Brophy. And we got some extra, like there's some more, this lady named Kim has put together like all the different text messages in order, so I'm going to go over those in the Tyler Robinson case. Then there's all this conspiracy that the car isn't the same car. You know, because the car, Tyler Robinson's car that was driving around inside the garage isn't really his. You know, because that one didn't have two mufflers or something. And it's like, it does, okay? It does. Hello, KK, Whiskey Boots. And also, let's see, who was it? Cindy sent me a, like some sort of, in this case that we're about to do first, Angelica Brophy, like on this one Facebook page, they had like a timeline and kind of information page, so we can just sort of take a look at that. All right. So I spent time earlier looking around, mapping stuff, finding the different locations, and I guess we'll just start there. But as usually, guys, while you're watching, if you have the ability to help support the channel with channel membership, super chats, whatever the hell it is, that would be great. After the second show last night, I came back on and went over some video that was out there on the 16 kids that were abused. There's really no new information on that. There's a gag order now, so there's probably not going to be much else out on that one. You know, the question is, why did they do whatever they did? It's weird. You know. So in the second show, we got up to the what do you call it? The goal on the show, and then we were able to donate $500 out of the income to the channel to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, if you happen to miss that show. So we've already given out $1,000 this month so far. So I'm just going to go through these articles and in this case in order, and we'll just sort of see where that goes. I mean, out of there in any order, not in order. Yeah, so I did find that she had a LinkedIn account, and she went by Angelica Blake, emergency room RN at Presbyterian Hospital. So she was a nurse, you know. Smart person. And it says, the desperate search for a California mother of two went missing hours after parking her car close to a trail where she often hiked has entered its second week. So I guess they've been looking for her for a while. Angelica Brophy, 44, an emergency room nurse from Oceanside, was last seen dropping off her daughter at a local camp on July 6th, but she never returned later that day. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, sort of interesting that she did that. I mean, because you could think maybe she did something to herself, or she just disappeared. I mean, it seems weird that you would drop your daughter off at a camp. Although, I guess that puts her somewhere with people, instead of being at the home, you know. Hello, Sweet Caroline, and everybody else. Michelle H. Footage saw Brophy leaving the Hera Resort, Southern California casino at around 3:30. So that's one of the things. Like, what was she doing at a casino? Does she work there, or is it sort of like a last hurrah kind of thing? I don't know. She left. Well, she doesn't work there because she's a nurse. Okay, so I don't know what she was doing at the casino. At around 3:30 p.m. before parking, Slit placed her at a Palomar Mountain State Park about 50 minutes later. So like 4:20. Brophy hasn't been heard from by her family since she failed to pick up her daughter as her car was discovered at the state park days later. So it probably just sat there and nobody knew where she had gone, really. Maybe it should have been in that system with that parking pass, I guess. Brophy hasn't been heard from by her family since she failed to pick up her daughter. Her relatives said she regularly hiked with them around the skate park, but after she didn't return home, her husband called first Brophy's brother and then the police. So let's see. A relative said she regularly hiked with them around the skate park. I wonder if that's supposed to be state park. Seems weird to say skate park. I think it meant to say state. As a frantic search ensued, detectives attempted to bring Brophy's cell phone, or ping her phone, but it had either been turned off or ran out of battery. See that's another this is like the typical, when somebody does something to themselves, this is exactly what they do. They turn off their phone. You sent a gift. All right. Thanks for the jewels. As a frantic search ensued, detectives attempted to ping Brophy's cell phone, but it had either been turned off or ran out of battery. Search and rescue teams have been scouting across over 1,800 acres in Palomar Mountain. See, it's a state park, so that's why I think that word skate is incorrect. Let's see. Let me start that again. Search and rescue teams have been scouting across over 1,800 acres in Palomar Mountain State Park ever since Brophy disappeared. With no trace of the beloved mother, efforts have focused on a pond in the park. Yeah, so so this is where she lives. This is her house right here. Take a look at that. So she lives in that home right there. And then let's see, and then that casino, I think, is over here. Right there. So she was at this casino at 3:30. That's when she left it. What was she doing there? Is that where she dropped her daughter off? Is that where her daughter works, maybe? Is that what they're referring to? Because they did mention earlier that she dropped her daughter off, so maybe that's what she was doing. Her daughter maybe works there, because she's 40, I think, like 40, hold on, 44, that's what I was thinking. So, you could have a daughter that's 20, or, even younger than that. She loves life, and we really need her back, her sister-in-law said. that's her right there. Rofi 44 pictured, entered in as was center. It says pictured center is an emergency room nurse from Oceanside, California. She was last placed near Palomar Mountain. It keeps saying, it says skate park again. Why does it keep saying that? Is there like a skate park there? Or, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I think this is the actual parking lot she was in right here. And I don't see anybody talking about skate park. But man, to make that same mistake twice, that's pretty crazy. I don't know if that's her husband or... Is that the same guy? I mean, he looks a lot different in that. I don't know. Not somebody who doesn't know what the word is. A lot of these articles are written by foreigners that they have. Probably thought it said skate, the word skate. Probably heard it out loud and typed in skate. Well, you guys, if you could help support the channel, that would be awesome. We're currently at 0 all the way across the board, so if you have the ability, that would be awesome. The beloved nurse works in the emergency room at Kaiser Hospital in San Marcos. Guess we can put that down in there too. So she works here. Of course, it's the state park. They kept saying skate twice. Detectives are also investigating Brophy's time at the casino. Okay, so she was in the hours before she vanished. So she was there for a while. So I guess that isn't just she dropped her daughter off. Yeah, see, I think there's something to that. If somebody was gonna, let's say they were gonna take their life or something, and you're just kind of like, let me do some gambling, and you just sit there because it's just like, who cares? And then you drive somewhere and park your car and turn off your phone, something like that. I don't know if that's what happened. It's just they haven't found her yet, and the park isn't really that big, so. The lead story about a missing nobody. What kind of a stupid comment is that? Everybody's somebody, you idiot. TMZ wouldn't probably cover that one. I wouldn't imagine. Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm saying. She just went there and. Maybe she was addicted and, this isn't related right here. Search intensifies for California mom who vanished after dropping daughter off at camp and making 2 puzzling stops. A Southern California family is desperately searching for a mother who vanished while on her way to pick up her child. I thought it was drop her off. So now it's pick her up. Ah, God. Don't you hate when it's just like already inconsistent in articles, you know? I already turned it off. Surveillance footage showed her leaving the Hera Resort. If I, God, let me start it right there. Pause. Here, maybe I can. If it does it again, I'll paste that somewhere. A Southern California family is desperately searching for a mother who vanished while on her way to pick up her child from summer camp last week. Angelica Brophy, 44, was last seen dropping her daughter off at the camp in Oceanside on July 6th. So dropping off her daughter, right? Surveillance footage showed. Now, why is it down here that it does this? I don't know. I've already got it though. So. Yeah, we already said that, KK. When you say, "Yeah, I thought that too," well, you mean like what I said. I said that. That's what I was saying. Um, did any of this paste over? All right, let's see. I think we were down here. Okay, she was last seen dropping her daughter off at a summer camp in Oceanside on July 6th. Surveillance footage showed her leaving the Hera Resort Southern California casino east of Encinido, uh, or Escondido, excuse me, at around 3:30 p.m. A parking slip placed at her Palomar Mountain State Park, about 15 miles northeast, about 50 minutes later. Brophy, an emergency room nurse at the Kaiser Permanente Hospital in San Marcos, has not been heard from since failing to collect her daughter. Her husband reached out to Brophy's brother, Ramon Fabregas, at the time to ask whether she had contacted him. Have you guys noticed we're still at 00000 all the way across the board this late into the show? That makes it really tough to hit the goal. So if you guys are out there and you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great. Now, people don't like that I say, "Hey, can you help support the channel?" because they don't even know what the hell we're doing over here. My channel relies on you guys to support the channel, and as a whole, the channel has donated $301,000 from the income from the channel over a 6.5-year period. So if you have the ability, I would really appreciate it. It's hard to justify doing live streams for hours and hours and hours when there's no support whatsoever while you're doing it. All right, now you say, "Well, hey, hitting the like button." Well, it's like you can't survive. There's no ad revenue on these live streams. Zero. Like it might be $6. So it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Hey, thanks, Richard Watts. There's something. Anyways, Brophy, an emergency room nurse at the Kaiser Permanente Hospital in San Marcos, has not been heard from since failing to collect her daughter. Her husband reached out to Brophy's brother, Ramon Fabregas, at the time to ask whether she had contacted him. Her husband called asking if I had heard from her. Her vehicle was discovered several days later at Palomar Mountain State Park. At the time, her family contacted rangers, kicking off a widespread search. We found the car Thursday afternoon. As soon as we found it, we contacted the rangers. Let's see. Park at the time, her family so the family found the vehicle, it looks like. And that's the casino. And then if you notice, there's all these cars here. They searched this pond there. And let's see. This is the pond right there. Same. Like all those cars were parked along right here. Ah, there goes my stomach again. Search and rescue vehicles are seen near a pond at Polymer Mountain State Park. The search is centered around Polymer Mountain State Park, where Brophy was known to hike. Detectives have already tried pinging her cell phone, but the phone is either dead or turned off. Search teams combed more than 1,800 acres of the park over the weekend, but were unable to find her. Divers have now focused their efforts on a pond in the state park. They had the command post out there, but they had drones, dogs, search dogs, and there were about 40 to 50 volunteers on the last day. Brophy's vehicle was discovered at Polymer Mountain State Park, obtained by the California Post. They searched that was that image there. They searched the whole park, no trace of her. Flyers for the missing mother describe her as standing 5 feet 5, weighing 130 pounds. She was last seen wearing black leggings and a gray t-shirt. Anyone with information on her disappearance is urged to contact the Oceanside Police Department. The family distributed the missing person poster in the Polymer Mountain, Temecula, Rincon, and Palma Valley areas on Sunday. She's one of the most wonderful, thoughtful women that I know. Brophy's sister-in-law, Lisa Fabregas, told NBC San Diego. She's a very good mom. I think Fabregas is her her maiden name. So Brophy's obviously, her married name. And then her brother married this person. She loves life, and we really just need her back. I think that was it. Hey, thanks for the Venmo there. Appreciate it. Buke 55555 or 555 5555. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. That must be your car right there. The Oceanside Police Department on Tuesday evening. This is from that's yesterday, I guess. Held a briefing regarding, I think we have this one right here. It's a quick, like a 2-minute.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Torino Valdivinos. I am the Chief of Police here at the Oceanside Police Department. So the reason for this press conference is to provide a summary and update to the missing person investigation of Oceanside resident Angelica Brophy. On July 6, 2026, at approximately 9:30 p.m., Ms. Brophy was reported missing to the Oceanside Police Department. The following day, the Investigations Division of the Police Department began follow-up on leads to locate Ms. Brophy. On July 8th, detectives determined that Ms. Brophy's last known location was Harris Resort in Valley Center on July 6th at approximately 3:40 p.m. Subsequently, on July 9th, Ms. Brophy's vehicle was found in the parking lot of Palomar Mountain State Park. However, Ms. Brophy was not with her vehicle. We did confirm that Ms. Brophy entered the park in her vehicle as a lone occupant at approximately 4:20 p.m. Officers with the California State Parks, supported by the San Diego County Sheriff's Department's search and rescue team, began searching for Ms. Brophy. Search and rescue operations were conducted on the evenings of July 9th from 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m., on July 10th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and on July 11th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Nah, she wasn't.
Despite their best efforts, the search and rescue teams were unable to locate Ms. Brophy.
She was by herself when she went out.
On July 12th, dive team members with California State Parks responded to Palomar Mountain State Park to search a pond in the park. Search efforts were unsuccessful, but resumed on Monday, July 13th, with support from divers from the San Diego Harbor Police Department. Unfortunately, those dive efforts also did not produce positive results. So this morning, members of the San Diego County Search and Rescue Team conducted follow-up search of the area, but did not locate anything. So at this time, we have no evidence of foul play. However, we are treating this case as an open investigation until Ms. Brophy is located. So going forward, we'll continue to work with the county.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what happened to her at, after she started walking, maybe. I mean, we had that other case, I don't know, a year and a half ago where that guy was on the trail and he killed the mother and father of these kids. Just a nut job.
California State Parks Team and the San Diego County Search and Rescue Team, as well as the Brophy family, to continue our search for Angelica. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, there you go. Not sure what I just shut down, but there you have it. But hey, guys, if you could help support the channel, that would be great. We're still just sitting there at $2 on YouTube. All right, let's see. No foul play suspected. Angelica Brophy is a lot of things to a lot of people, to her family. She's a hands-on mother of two who loves to laugh and who sings off key. The Oceanside Police, she's missing, let's see, to Oceanside Police, she's a missing person who hasn't been seen in more than a week. Brophy was last seen on July 6th. She visited Harrah's Casino that afternoon and then drove to Palomar Mountain, a place where she often hiked with friends and family. She didn't return home that night. Her husband called Oceanside Police to file a missing person report. And so there they are looking in that pond. It's probably like right over here like this. Maybe. It's hard to say exactly. Maybe it's kind of in there like this. Maybe like that. Anyways, they didn't find anything in that pond. What do you mean was her husband a Marine? This just happened. I don't know what relevance that has, but well, they got a bunch of stuff in here. Let's go over this other thing. This image right here. It looks kind of like it's almost the same. But Sunday, July 5th, had lunch with friends and her children. Photos shared in the Bring Angelica Home Facebook group. And then family and friends have not publicly reported any unusual behavior that day. And then July 6th at 9:30 a.m., dropped her daughter off at a summer day camp. Okay, now we have that time frame. According to the Bring Angelica Home Facebook page, another parent volunteered during morning drop-off to pick up Angelica's daughter later that day. So she was going to take her home, I guess. But I thought they said that she never came to pick her up. I don't know. Hey, thanks, Cheryl Bullock. Hey, look at that. There's Jeffrey Siddall. Man, we got a little bit of movement going on. Thank you. For a moment there, we were at 150th of the goal. Oceanside police confirmed she entered Palmer Mountain State Park at 4:20, but then she was last seen. Confirmed surveillance footage shows Angelica at Harrah's Resort in Valley Center. Then at 4:20, she enters Palomar Mountain State Park alone in her vehicle, so they can see that. Then at 7 p.m., 2 hours and 40 minutes later, failed to report for her scheduled night shift. Okay, so that she wasn't supposed to pick up her daughter, but she didn't show up for her scheduled night shift at an ER as an ER nurse at Kaiser San Marcos. And it's a little bit concerning that she goes to this park at 4:20, knowing that she has a night shift at 7. And I thought something that might be sort of valuable to look up is like, how long does it take to drive from here to there, and then you'd know for sure that she knew that she wasn't making it back to work. All right, so let's do a Google Maps thing here. See how I think differently than other people? Gray, I thought the same thing. Yeah, as soon as I said it. Yeah, good job, man. Good job. All right, here we go. We're going to do a mapping. Go right to here. I think you can just... There we go. And then the second one is, I guess that's called Kaiser... No, it's driving. Jeez. Okay, so that takes an hour and 10 minutes to get there. So if she was there at 4:20, if she just turned around right when she got there, she would have made it to work by 5. She could have got to work by 5:30. So 4:20 to 5:30. Like if she literally got the car there, got back in it, she'd be at work at 5:30. She's supposed to be at work at 7. Now, I guess it's possible that, she went there just to do like a 45-minute hike or something. But I mean, who's hiking before a night shift? It just seems like people don't do that. Right? Yeah, like you're kind of conserving your energy because you have a night shift. So it's not likely that you're... it's also just really tight timing where if you walk for 45 minutes or an hour, then you get to work and then 30 minutes later you're working right after you just went on an hour hike somewhere. So I don't know. I mean, it does give it time, though, since it's only an hour and 10 minutes from there to the hospital she worked at. Why is it confusing? I don't know. What's confusing about it? This seems not confusing. And then it says approximately 9:30 p.m. reported missing by her husband to Oceanside police. So that means like her work probably called her husband and said, hey, she never showed up. And then, well, that's what I think, Davey, but you can't put words like that in the chat. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think she took her own, I think it's very likely she took her own life. I mean, it just seems so... It doesn't seem normal to go hiking for an hour or so, like 45 minutes or something at a trail after you just went gambling. Like you went gambling or did something at the casino. We don't know what you were doing at the casino. But you were there for a while. I mean, in fact, it looks like you have... you dropped your daughter off at 9:30 a.m. And then at approximately 3:30, surveillance footage shows Angelica at Harrah's Resort in Valley Center. So that must be when she's leaving the resort. And then 4:20, she's over at that park, just after spending a whole day at a casino. And then you're going to go on a hike after that, even though you work at 7? I'm not sure why you're typing in that casino/hotel thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I mean, I think it's obvious a Hera is a hotel. So you're suggesting, I mean, it crossed my mind that maybe she was like, went there to meet some guy or something. But I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of, there's nothing really indicating any of that right here. So that's why I didn't say it out loud. But that's why you needed to put the word hotel in there with the casino. Right, that's why I know. I know why you put the word hotel in there, because you want people to speculate on that too. I don't know. You kind of type in some weird shit. Show up to work sweaty, stinky. What? Come on, man. Just. Right, anyways. So then the husband reported her missing at 9:30 after he heard from her work. Yeah, we don't know if she. Yeah, it sounds. I mean, if she was gambling, then maybe it could have been like a last hurrah thing. Like she, maybe was going to do something and to herself and just thought, hell, I'm going to go gambling. God will tell me if I win, God wants me to live. Some crap like that. July 7th, Oceanside police detectives began investigating and following leads. Wednesday, July 8th, police attempted to locate her cell phone through her carrier, but were unable to obtain location data. Because the phone was either powered off or the battery was dead. See, that's exactly what you would do. Just like the guy that worked at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, the same crap with that guy. And that lady, the other person in the same mysterious Los Alamos, she was seen walking down the highway. She didn't have any way to track her. And then Angelica's vehicle was located in Dewan Valley within Palmer Mountain State Park. She was not with the vehicle. Multi-agency search operations began that day. So here's the search and rescue timeline. July 9th through 11th. Scent dogs, cadaver dogs, horses, drones, helicopters, foot patrol, divers. Maybe she's pulling one of those things where you go out way out there and you hide for a few days and you just want to come out and you're just totally like disheveled and I barely survived and trying to get everybody to. I hope it's one of those. That way she's still alive. July 12th to the 13th, dive team searched a pond within Palmer Mountain State Park. Harbor police assisted with underwater searches. Search results were negative. Tuesday, the search and rescue teams returned for an additional search. Angelica was still not located. What are you talking about, Davey? What does that mean? She's playing hide and seek. Yeah. Oh, you mean like my thing? Yeah, maybe she went and you've seen those stories where these people pretend that they got lost and everybody's like, "Wow, you survived," Ongoing community efforts to the Bring Angelica Home Facebook group is actively arranging searches. There was a vigil tonight. Known information about Angelica, 44 years of age, Oceanside resident. ER nurse at Kaiser San Marcos, mother of two, enjoyed hiking, including Palomar Mountain. Previously hiked the same area with friends in February of 2026. Items found inside of her vehicle: her purse, wallet, driver's license, cash, passport, and that's where her cell phone was. Now, see, that is all just classic right there. I mean, if you go hiking, you're going to have something on you, right? Maybe she has the watch. I guess if you were just, well, she doesn't have her keys, so that's interesting, right? Purse, wallet. I mean, the keys aren't here, so she might have them with her. I guess you might just go hiking with your keys and an Apple Watch. According to the Bringing Angelica Home Facebook group, the Apple Watch last pinged near a trailhead beyond where her vehicle was parked. That location helped investigators locate her vehicle. The Apple Watch has not been reported. Okay, so that's, that's a little more unusual now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now it's possible that she really did just go. I mean, that's what you would bring, right? You might leave your phone. I mean, it's kind of weird you leave your phone in your car. You definitely wouldn't go hiking with your purse, your wallet, or cash, or your passport. The driver's license is probably in the wallet. But you would go hiking with your watch and keys to get back in your car. So that's makes that a little bit more interesting, because now that information is consistent with somebody going hiking. Now, the part about her phone, not pinging, that's still kind of interesting. I mean, sitting in the car, you turned it off for some reason. But then why did you bring your watch with you? And then how come the watch didn't continue to ping, I guess? But hey, guys, any chance you guys could help support the channel? We're currently at 1/30th of a nightly goal currently. We're at $12, which, as you know, it isn't really close to our nightly goal. We, I don't know. I don't want to. I literally don't want to have it be one of those nights where I'm sitting there having to ask over and over to make the goal, and yet I'm still doing the show. It's like, if you guys could please help support the channel, that's what we do here. I do the shows, you guys support the channel, and then we do a lot of great things at the end of the month and during the month. We've already given out 1,000 so far this month. So if you have the ability to, I would appreciate it. It just seems like it's just dead as a doornail. I don't know what that means, but what Oceanside police have confirmed. Last confirmed surveillance footage was from Hera Resort. She entered Palomar Mountain State Park alone in her vehicle. So they know that. No evidence of foul play has been identified at her vehicle. The investigation remains active. She was last seen wearing a gray t-shirt, black leggings. Why did Angelica drive to Palomar Mountain? Right. I mean, she did have time. Like she could have hiked for 45 minutes, there, somewhere and back, or even more. Like she could have gone for an hour and 15 minutes, and then got back to her car, and then driven to work. She would have got to work just before her shift. It doesn't feel like I'm getting through to anybody. Hera's Resort. How long was Angelica at Hera's Resort? Well, I mean, she dropped her kid off at 9, so, and she leaves there at 3 something. How come law enforcement doesn't know how long she was there? Or I'm sure they know, they just haven't put it out. I mean, there's surveillance cameras all over the place. Apple Watch. Where is her Apple Watch? Well, likely on her. Yeah. July 6th, were there any other movements or communications? But I guess that's the thing. It's like, why didn't her Apple Watch continue to communicate? I don't know. I think if she won a bunch and somebody followed her, the police would be looking at this differently. Yeah, I think it is weird to do exercise and go to work. That's what I said. Like you're going to do something hiking up in the mountains just so you can go to work a night shift. That's like when you sleep in, maybe you could do a little tiny walk somewhere, a little exercise, and then go to work. I mean, you're basically there. You're on your feet the entire shift. These are, I mean, not the whole thing, but nurses are moving around. Man, I guess I have to throw myself in prison or something. Except I guarantee you I wouldn't get out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Everyone likes to do the mountain lions and the bears and everything. That's always everybody likes to do that. I've seen pictures where she's in here. Like somewhere in this park. Yeah, see, that's that same.
Friends. Angelica Brophy will be found alive. NBC7's Allison Ash has the latest from Palomar Mountain, where she spoke with Angelica's family and friends.
5 brothers at Gate Park. That was Thursday. Ever since then, Oceanside, Angelica.
I go by kilometers, about 1.5 kilometers in, and then we hit the trailhead.
That's Angelica's sister-in-law, who flew in from Toronto to help find the 44-year-old Kaiser nurse and mother of 2. Angelica Brophy was last seen leaving Harris Casino on Monday, July 6th. She headed here to Palomar Mountain, but that's where the trail ends. Friends and co-workers who joined in the grid search of the State Park Trail.
Have any water?
Angelica's husband.
We have a great relationship. My brother-in-law right now is with the kids. He's staying with the children right now, where we believe he should be for now.
Oceanside police say that with his wife's disappearance.
It looks pretty big from out here, but she is an experienced hiker.
Where was that one picture? Ah, there you go. So that means she's parked, I think, right back in here. I can probably figure out the exact stall that she's parked in. Hold on. Yep, she's parked right there. Isn't that weird? That's crazy. I literally landed on the same spot that she... So she's parked right inside that stall. Want to see how I know that? See that? I was looking at these cracks. That's what I was going to look at. And this is just a different angle. See how that goes like that, and then up, and then like this. That's right here. And then that over there is this line back there. And then it's just like if I went on this one a little bit further back, maybe something. You know, that's probably a better way to look at it, like that. There you go. See that? About like that. All right, there you go. So that's literally the parking spot. So that's what you get on this channel. I can give you the exact stuff 90% of the time. But hey, guys, what's going on with the zero support here? Are you guys sending me a message, punishing me, or doing something where it's just, I mean, I don't really understand what's happening. We are an hour in, and we're at $10, $12 on YouTube. What's the deal there? Anybody? Don't know. Nobody seems to ever answer when I ask the question either. It's just dead silence. Yeah, there's the pond. Hey, thanks, Six Kids UK. Yeah, I wonder if this is where her watch. This is like a trailhead right over here. That's where we were just watching those people where they were walking. So I think she went right on this trail here. So maybe we can kind of just look around and see what makes sense. So she probably walked this way, and they probably checked this pond because of her Apple Watch and how it pinged. And so let's see. Usually there's 360 degree. There's one right there. See what that looks like. So, it's pretty steep, and that's what it looks like. Is that what that means? Tandy? I don't know. It's there's never been anything like that before where, I don't know. I don't buy it. All right, let's see. Maybe all the way over here. I think it's just tilted. It's not steep like that. Like you can kind of move it around. Like that's flat. So. I mean, you could easily have somebody out here waiting around for somebody as well. I mean, basically all we know now is there's the red flags are things like that she went to a casino until 3:40 and then shows up here, or 3:30 I mean, and then shows up at this place at what was it, 4:20 or so, and then she works at 7 o'clock for a full night shift as a nurse. So not really sure how that works. I mean, there is time because it's what did I come up with, an hour and 10-minute drive. So if you start hiking at 4:20, yeah, 4:20, hour and 10, that's 5:30, right? But that would mean as you got there, you turn around and left. But if you hiked for an hour, let's say, then you'd be at work at 6. Right? Let's see. 5:30. No, you'd be there at 6:30. So if you just hiked for an hour, got back to the car, you'd be at work at 6:30. But yeah, I mean, this is just it is sloped over there, though. So maybe that was actually how sloped it was. But who knows where she went? I mean, the trails go way over here. They need to get more people in there. I would say you need about 2,000 people and just cover the whole damn thing. I mean, just bring in, I'm not sure where you start. It's pretty damn big. You need people going up all these sides and around. Who knows what she did? Or even what happened to her. Looks like there's homes at the top there. So the park is here. I don't know if they questioned the husband. I mean, obviously they did, right? No, they didn't question the husband. No, they just said, hey, how's it going, sir? Yeah, we heard your wife's missing. Hey, have a nice day. Yep, they never asked the husband anything. Hey, look, we got a challenge attempt by Timothy Cecil. That might help. He's saying if 5 of you donate one $5 super chat, he'll do 5 all by himself. So he'll do $25 worth, and you'll do 5 of you just do 1. And it doesn't look like Wild Bill Wassman's here to help you guys. So can 5 of you freaks out there reach Timothy Cecil's challenge? That would be great. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Like you hike from here, and then you can sort of make your way around, up and over to here. And there's even another parking place right there. That's not the one that she was at. Yeah, well, of course they interviewed him. All right, we need 4 more of those, you guys. Yeah, it looks like somebody recorded that whole path. God, man, it's just brutal. I guess you can drive on this one. Yeah. I don't know. It's just hard to really guess at anything. All right, guys, we had a challenge up there by Timothy Cecil. It was a 5 for 5er. We need 5 of you to donate one $5 membership or a $5 super chat, and then he'll do $25. So it's 2 for 1 on your end. We just had another one from Juju Bean, so we need 3 more now. Hey, there you go. There's Michelle H. Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. I don't know. And if she did do something to herself, what was the means? You know, a lot of times you'll say, oh, hey, there's a gun missing, or, you know, she went to the store and bought this or bought that. What did she do? I don't know. Yeah, it is sort of interesting. I think it's more interesting that she took her keys and had her Apple Watch on her. Why bother taking your keys if you're going to do something to yourself? You just kind of... I mean, it could have just been habit, you know? I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that means, Timothy, what he typed in there. I don't know. But hey, guys, we need 2 more. Who's going to do it? Trying to move forward tonight. We've been just mired, stuck. Oh, that's what he's saying. I don't know what that means. I didn't know what it meant. I'm not even sure what people do over there, to be honest with you. I hear it a lot. What do you guys think happened? Let me start a... I wish you guys, when you would see a challenge, we could just get them done right away. It sucks having to sit and wait and hope, you know. It's just, we need to get them done. I'm doing a poll. All right, there you go. All right, you guys, we got 3 of the challenges up there. We need 2 more. Anybody? Man, it's just crazy. Yeah, we need the... They're the $5 ones, but thanks there, Songbird. We got to get the $5. We need 2 more $5 super chats so that Timothy Cecil will send 25 in on his own. Okay? It's it should be kind of simple. It's like 2 Snickers bars. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a big possibility. I think it's an accident. Man. Wouldn't they have found her by now if it was an accident? I guess if she did something to herself, it might, you know, they'd still be able to find her also. Well, cool, Sandy. Thanks. All right, looks like Marty said he sent a coffee in to get to the goal for Timothy Cecil. Yeah. All right, so what do we got on the poll? We got, yeah, it's tied with took her own life and accident. Hiking and someone, yeah, see, I mean, I think, you know, accident and took her own life are kind of similar, really. Like, she could have fallen and something happened, and she'd probably be, like, if you did it to yourself and you didn't want to be found, you might have put yourself in a really precarious location or something. Oh, thanks there, 6 kids. You rounded it up. All right. But thank you, Songbird, as well. Appreciate it. I was just letting you know we're trying to. The challenge has a specific numbers associated, but I appreciate any amount helps out the channel. You know, if everybody that watched it gave $2, we'd make the goal just like that, and you'd be part of what we do. We actually have a scholarship fund too, you guys. So for any freaks out there that pass away, the scholarship is given to a student in the criminal justice, 3 of them, 3 $2,000 scholarships. We've done this, we're already on our 4th one, building up for the 5th. So there you go. If that means anything to anybody. Well, there you go. They met it, Timothy, with coffee And apparently a PayPal. So where are we at now? We've got 44 votes. Accident is first. Really? I don't know. You guys don't think it's... I think there's... The circumstantial evidence does not say it was an accident. I think it's unusual for somebody to spend a whole day at a casino, or whatever they were at a casino, and then they go for a hike, and they've got to work all night at 7. Wouldn't you hike on a day that you're not working at 7 o'clock at night? And especially to cut it that close, like, oh, hey, yeah, I have a 7 o'clock shift, but I'm going to go ahead and go on a hike at 4:20. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, thanks, Timothy. So I think that makes it less likely to be an accident hiking, although it's possible, given the time she had out there, that she could have, could have hiked for 45 minutes or so, and then driven to work. But it's like, you were at a casino earlier too, so what was going on there? Right, that's what I said. Puke 5555. That was probably, she was at the casino for one last hurrah. Said it at the beginning. I don't know if I used that exact phrasing, but that's what I said at the very beginning. Like, she was just there, like, hey, if I win, then God wants me to live. But if I don't win, screw this. Cleared out her entire... I mean, they probably have way more information. Law enforcement has her credit card receipts. What was she doing at the hotel? The cameras show what she was doing at the hotel. The husband likely knows now what she was doing at the hotel because they would have asked questions. He can see it too on his own records. But they always never share those kind of things, because as soon as you start... See, it doesn't matter to me. When I'm covering a case, if everything's indicating that somebody took their own life, it's still... and they're missing, it's still just as valuable to me. Like, I'm like, hey, I want to find the answer here. I think it's strange how some people go, okay, forget, and they move on to something else. So even if there is information out there that they have, I wish they would put it out, but in general, people lose interest once they think that. Yeah, and they would know the mental health stuff. It's just like that other case. You remember the one, again, that we did a few weeks back? The lady that was part of the scientists that are missing. I mean, that was so obvious originally. And we even had the right area where she was found at. It was crazy. We went up the same trail off the road because it was just after she was on surveillance footage. But I remember there was comments made by the family like, hey, it's okay, we can all work it out, So there was obviously something going on. And then they found her up on this trail, and there was a firearm next to her. So that seemed pretty clear. That's what they wanted it to look like. Great. Well, how come she was walking alone with a backpack? And thanks, Marty, up there. Appreciate it. Why was she walking alone with a backpack? And that other one. I think this is similar to that. Except in this case, I don't know if she had access to a firearm or, what method she would choose to do. What did she... Well, here's something that's interesting. I mean, she is a nurse, right? I mean, you think about, like, what kind of meds could she have that could... And then she knows all that shit. So she may have taken something from her work on another shift and has it ready for this moment. So she's in a particularly, you know, I guess hard to say the word good, but, you know, like a good, you know, a job where you're able to get stuff like that. I just said that. Get justice for all. Thanks for repeating it, though. Very nice. Very good. Let's see. Yes, that's possible. I'm just joking with you, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, right. Nurse has access to meds. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know which meds. Could have had something like, what do you, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what, she knows what combinations of stuff will make it work. I know you're disagreeing. I'm just goofing around. I don't care. But she would know, right? So she'd know if a combination of this and a combination of that, she'd bring it along. You know? I don't know any of that stuff. Do you know any of that, Get Justice? I don't know what the types, like what things that she might grab, but she's not only that, she's like a emergency room, you know, nurse, which those guys are usually the high-end nurses. So she probably had a little bit more knowledge than other people. Let's see this one right here. Yeah, emergency room RN. There's nothing else on there. Oh, yeah. Do they just have fentanyl sitting around? I guess that kind of makes sense, like something like that. Mm-hmm. What's the other one? Look, I have her on been verified. I mean, it's amazing. She's got like, let me look at this. I always get interested when I see stuff like this. Like she has 18 email addresses. You know, what for? Who the hell has 18 emails? You know? I mean, she has lived in a lot of different places too, but nurses can move around. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, maybe the email addresses are, you know, AOL and Yahoo, stuff like that. They're not work-related ones. I just always think that that's interesting when I see that. Don't know what it, you know, necessarily means. And then she's had 10 phone numbers, but it could have been while she's nurses at different places, they give her a phone to use. So that would make sense. The email one doesn't make a lot of sense because those are Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, Comcast, you know. They're not at somehospital.com kind of thing. No, but it's all the only part that matters is that it started at 7. That's the only part that matters. But most of them do 12 to 12, but it doesn't matter how long it was. It was, you know, when was she supposed to be there, and she never showed up. Well, you might say, well, 12 hours, she might be tired after work, but 8, you know, you could handle doing a hike. All right, is that it? All right, let me turn this thing off. Yeah, for some reason I can't stop that poll. It looks like took her own life in accident, took up 52% with a tie. They're actually kind of similar in a way. There we go. 8-hour shift. In California, really? I think people would rather do 3 12s than you have 4 days off. It's pretty good. Which part, Songbird? Yeah, I mean, there's things like, okay, so she has the watch on. She must have known that that can track her too, but apparently she must have turned that one off too or something. I mean, it must have stopped recording her or they would have been able to find it. And she took her keys, and that could have just been habit. But there's no reason to take your keys if you're doing something to yourself, but yet... So I guess what's interesting is what she took with her is sort of typical for what you might take if you're going to go hiking, right? Because look at, in this scenario right here, let's say you're in your car and you drive somewhere and you go, I'm just going to go hiking. So you have your keys, you lock the door, maybe you put your purse, your wallet and so forth under the seat or near there, etc. Your passport. I'm not really sure why she has a passport with her. Anybody find that a little interesting? That's usually something you keep at home and kind of like until you need it for a trip or something. What was the deal with the passport? I find that kind of interesting. You know, there's cash. Now that might be interesting. How much cash did you have? Well, I mean, it's probably not thousands of dollars. You got a purse, wallet, driver's license, cash, passport, cell phone. But if you went hiking, all you need is your key and your Apple Watch, maybe to keep track of steps. Yeah, passport is weird, isn't it? Like, why the hell do you have that? What's the purpose of a passport? Do any of you guys... I'll just ask... Here, I'll do a poll right now. So other than the trolls, I wonder what the real number would be. I had to put that last little part in there. I do, Gray. I really do. Right. All right, you guys. See if we can get that support going. We're having these massive lulls. Massive lulls. Well, she's not heading to Mexico. She went to a park and started walking up in the woods. Okay. The people that say yes are all trolls, every one of them. So that'll give us a good count. So right now we're at 20. 100% of the people that have normal brains that work would say, no, I don't carry around my passport all day. Right. Okay. You know, actual normal people. So what we got right now is we're getting the troll count, because it doesn't matter what I type. They'll type in exactly the opposite of reality. No. Get justice. Let's see. I mean, I guess that's possible. It's just that doesn't seem likely at all. Why would they be after her? She's up hiking, and ICE is going to show up at the hiking trail, and then say, "Where's your passport, ma'am?" That's crazy. All right, so far we got 10 troll. Count is 10 trolls, maybe 11. Okay, well, I guess that's the poll question. Right there, that was normal for her to carry it. Well, I don't think it's normal. Let's see. They might say that. Who, and that same thing, I guess I missed it. What do you mean you can read right there? Man, that's kind of rude. Maybe it says it right below it. All right, there. It does say it right below it. He stated it was normal for Angelica to carry her passport. Okay, well, there you go. Why do you think that? Why would somebody need to carry their passport around? Why is it normal for her to do that? Well, it wasn't on the screen that I was looking at until I loaded it back up again. Well, I'm still asking you guys. Is it normal for any of you to carry your passport around? I don't know how that could be normal. Like, hey, it's normal for her to, I don't know, really? Why? Why would it be normal for anybody to carry their passport around? Unless you're traveling to another country, Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know it said it right there. I was just reading the items, not the note below it. I just say, hey, great, it says right there below it that it's normal. No, the way I'd say it. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. What do you mean represents something? Getting rid of the self. Well, they just said that she normally carries it around, Kim from Rochester. So, I don't know. Yeah, but again, now it says here, it was normal for her to have it. I mean, it's not like you can do a quick trip to Mexico. It's just, I guess it's not that far away. I mean, it's, what? Let's see. Maybe we can, it could only be like 80 miles or something. Maybe 50. Yeah, that's 41 miles away. So I guess it's possible that because she lives so close to the border, she might want to take some jaunts into Mexico. Is that right? I still think it's weird to just have your, it's always on you, your passport. That really gives a criminal, like you could steal that and have a lot of information. But thanks for sending that over there, Haley. Or let me know, I mean. I don't know, you guys. Hey, Sandy, 4 people already just typed that in right above you. I think you saw that, and then you typed it in as if it was an original. Yeah, there's many people who just typed it in up there. That maybe she had it because she didn't want ICE to take her somewhere. Sure. Right. Maybe that's the answer. Somewhere, somebody has the answer to that. The husband knows why she probably has it with her. Maybe he told her, hey, you look sort of Hispanic, make sure to take that with you. Yeah, but anyways, you guys, any chance you could help support the channel? We're currently just still hovering around, what are we at? On YouTube, $40-something. So we're way behind over there. And I need your guys' support on the channel to keep on trucking. Seems like it's not getting through to anybody. I don't know. I think somebody might go hiking without their cell phone, like up in the mountains. There probably isn't very good coverage anyways, and they're like, yeah, I'll just lock it in there. I'll have my watch. But yeah, you'd feel more secure with your cell phone. And yeah, and the other thing is her cell phone was turned off or ran out of juice. That sort of seems like not normal. She's a nurse. When you sit there and say, "Oh yeah, she always has her passport." Well, I'm sure she always had her phone charging because she's a nurse, for God's sakes, and she's not going to show up somewhere and then it just sort of like go hiking and her phone's dead. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Ah, shit. I don't know what your guess is, KK. You just said, that's my guess. There's nothing above it. Yeah, so she turned it off or it died. It seems more likely that she would have turned it off, because she had that drive. Wouldn't she be charging it on? Well, hey, Gray, maybe she left her charger at home, okay? And then she went hiking anyways okay. I don't know. I don't think many people go hiking. Like when you work as a nurse, it seems like you're already on your feet all day, so it's a great exercise. Just moving. It seems like if you were ever going to go on a hike, it would be on your days off, not 2.5 hours before you're supposed to be at work. You go, as my mom would say, gallivanting around on a on a mountain. Yeah. Yeah. You seemed angry up there, Haley. Hope you're doing better now. You weren't being rude. You weren't being rude. I just read it in my mind in a way like that. You can read it right there, you bastard! It was normal for her to carry it. Yeah, I missed it. I was just looking at the items. Right. So you guys, any chance you could help support the channel? Come on, you guys. We got to get going here. This is what we do. It's incredible. What's different about today and yesterday? Nothing. Let's go. Come on. We only have 5 gifted memberships tonight. That is horrendous. So let's see if we can get some more of those. There's people out there that probably want to have some memberships. You know what I'm saying? All right. Awesome. Very cool. Who's going to get started? We need another challenge going. The guy that witnessed Tyler Robinson on the roof saying he was wearing a mask and all the bullshit. Yeah, no, yeah, that guy was way away from him. He doesn't know what the hell he was wearing. Yeah, there's no way in hell to see that guy. Candace is disgusting. Okay, Candace Owens is a disgusting person. Look at me on this show right here. I have to sit here and scrape and claw, and you guys aren't supporting my channel. I do good work. I put together stuff. She can go on that show and get 50,000 people watching, putting out bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, and it looks like a freaking slot machine in there. Where's my slot machine? Come on, you guys. Let's help support the channel tonight. Yeah, maybe she was intoxicated after leaving the casino. Maybe. I don't know. So she was intoxicated and then drove to a park to go hiking? Yeah. I guess I don't get one. I might have to throw myself in prison, you guys. One is, I don't really have much more on this topic, so I guess I'll shift over to the other topic, which was the notes, the text exchange. Yeah, you'd hope not. But did anybody hear what I just said? We need the support for the channel up here. We got Carrie Summers. Thank you. I know it doesn't matter what I'm saying, but it actually matters overall, you guys. So we have this, the text exchange. Somebody named Kim, I don't know if that was Kim from Rochester, but somebody named Kim sent me like a Word document. We can go over the text message exchange. And then I want to go over the thing that it just seems like this big fad where they keep telling us that the camera that films Tyler Robinson's car being towed away shows that he has 2 mufflers, and then the one in the garage doesn't show that. And it's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Hey, thanks, Carrie Summers, and 2 crazy beagles. What do you mean life without parole? What does that mean? No. There's none of that stuff. It's just it's a really easy case. I've gone over the Tyler Robinson thing. This idiot sent me an email like, "Hey, Gray, I was sending all your stuff all over the place, but then I found out that they don't like you and the way that you are, and that you're asking for super chats and all that stuff. But if you could make another video where it's not live and it's just you going over all the facts, then I think I could share it, And I just go, you know what? You're a passive-aggressive pile of crap, okay? You try to pretend that you're helpful, but you throw you trash in there, and then you come up with your little... I've made videos like that. Nobody, very few watch those for some reason. The best videos on YouTube regarding Tyler Robinson, and they get hidden away. Don't know why. It's just the way it is. Nah, I've seen a picture where you can see it. Don't worry about it. I'll go over it later. I've got all the stuff. That's it? The wave ended right there? Wow. Yeah, so apparently here is the text messages. This is on the 10th, so 4:33 p.m. on the 10th, which is like 4 hours after the shooting. Tyler said, "I love you, mwah, mwah." And then Lance said, "Love you more, moresies, mwah, mwah, mwah." All right. And so then that was before Tyler had accidentally said what he did. So at this point, Twigs doesn't have a clue. It's we're talking about 4:33, and then 11 p.m. That's when the auto message got sent out. And then Tyler said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." Lance said, "What? You're joking, right?" After reading the message that talked about it said, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I took it." And that's what I always would say, even though that's not what the original probable cause document said. It said, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." It didn't make sense. "I took it" made sense. And then Tyler says, like, F, I tried to delete that. And then Tyler said, I'm still okay, my love. It's almost like we should play some sort of music. What is this? When you read his writing. Is it this one? I'm still okay, my love. But I'm stuck in Orm for a little while longer yet. No, I'm just kidding. That one doesn't work. I don't really have the music for that. Well, maybe. Let's see. What do I got in here? Ominous. How about Dark Times? That's a good one. I'm still okay, my love. But I am stuck in Orm for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home. But I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. You weren't the one that did it right. I am. I'm sorry. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude that interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. That's pretty good, right? Come on. Why? Why did I do it? Yeah. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully, they have moved on. I haven't seen anything in the news about them finding it. We'll update you by midnight. All right. Stay safe. Come on. Now that isn't super chat worthy, you guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. Have to start over again. How long have you been planning this, my love? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. They are parked there. If they had found it, I imagine there would be more commotion. Again, I'm sorry for roping you into all of this. You shouldn't have to worry about this. Does anyone else know? Lance said. No. Not to my knowledge. It's gonna be really effing annoying if I can't get this thing till like 3. Then have to drive back and still got into work. You're sure they aren't waiting to see if anyone comes to collect the gun? I've gotten close to it enough. I've gotten close enough that they would have jumped me if they were waiting. And they would probably be more concerned with pulling prints off of it. Anyways, I'll just read it normal now. There's something about that music, though. What's confusing about it? It all makes sense. So Tyler says, let's see. Lance said, "You're sure they aren't waiting to see if anyone comes to collect the gun?" Tyler says, "I've gotten close enough that they would have jumped me if they were waiting, and they would probably be more concerned with pulling prints off of it." And Tyler said, 3 hours ago, there was an officer with a canine walking nearby the area, hoping that Pooch has a bad sniffer. Hey, thanks, Nurse It Up. Hey, is that Kim from Rochester? Are you the Kim that sent this to me? Hey, thank you so much there, Nurse Up 1. Definitely super chat worthy. See, at least some people believe that. Okay, thank you so much. I think so too. Let's see. 3 hours ago, there was an officer with a canine walking nearby the area, hoping that Pooch has a bad sniffer. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle, because it sounds like the police couldn't get in for a long while because of the traffic. Needless to say, I'ma be late coming home, my bee. Oh, shit. For the work? Is that what FTW means? I don't even know what that means. But hey, thanks. Haley, as in Haley's Comet. And by the way, nurse up there, if you're a nurse, thank you for your work out there. I remember during COVID times, whenever we had a nurse, I'd send him a coffee mug, a free cart coffee mug, because you guys were doing some crazy shit out there. Man, that was wild. Anyways, thank you guys. Isn't that a weird sentence out of nowhere? Because it sounds like the police couldn't get it for a long while because of the traffic. Needless to say, I'ma be late coming home, my bee. Just all of a sudden, you know. Just stay safe, Tyler says. I will. I'm more worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. No, different Kim? Okay. Well, thanks for the Kims. Kim from Rochester. Let's see. Just stay safe. I will. I'm more worried about what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. He's far scarier than any Fed, not gonna lie. Guess I'm just sitting in my car watching reels for another hour, hoping this guy F's off. Are you okay still? They like to put that at the end. Are you still okay is what normal people say. Tyler said, yes, checking spot again now. We'll update soon. I wonder if that's the 12:40 something when he got out of his car. The squad car moved further away, enough that I should be able to move in. Yeah, but I backed off because I thought I heard footsteps. Maybe a foot patrol. But these crickets here are so effing loud. And they are. And you hear them on that surveillance. I think I've got it right here. Let's see, where is that? Oh, man. Looks like they got rid of all my sequences. I'll have to load those up another time. Forget it. You can hear them, though, on that one that camera footage that we have of him at, like at 12:45 or so getting out of his car. Let's see. Gonna see of the road closer. I don't know what that means. Gonna see of the road closer to campus is open. Probably if. Gonna see if the road closer to campus is open. So that's probably Campus Drive. So I can drive. So that means he's probably up on that other street. So I can drive past and check. This says, is this when we see he is seen at 12:36? It could be. Yeah, I mean, it could be that time where he almost drove down there, but he changed his mind. Yeah, definitely could be that. I mean, that's what I was saying yesterday, the same time. Gonna see if the road closer to the campus is open so I can drive past. Not yesterday, the day, but when we were talking about this the other time. So I can drive past and check shit out. Let me read it again. Gonna see if the road closer to campus is open so I can drive past and check shit out. Probably still closed off, though. Getting worried. Hard to know for sure, but I'm not finding my rifle. Could be in the wrong spot. Hard to know for sure, but I'm not finding my rifle. Could be in the wrong... What do you mean? So he went there and he couldn't find it? Oh, shit. He tried to go get the damn thing. He was in the woods, it sounds like. But I'm not finding my rifle. Could be in the wrong spot. Do you think they found it? Yeah, so he went there and he couldn't find it. So they already had collected it. So when he I bet you anything. You know what I bet? I bet you that he went into the woods on that footage that we have. Let's see if I can find it. I bet you he went into the woods when he walked by, and then he turned around and came back, and it wasn't where he put it. He thought, well, maybe it's the wrong spot, but they already got it. So he actually went down there. How crazy is that, huh? Yeah, wow, look at that, look at that. I just clicked on one sequence, and look what it popped up with. Exactly what I was looking for. What are the odds of that? So first of all, listen to this.
Vehicle attempting to turn right onto Campus Drive.
No, not this one. This one right here. Listen.
All right, you may play the video.
Yeah, he ain't kidding with the crickets. Pretty loud. See, what we don't have is the... So this right here is after he didn't turn down there. He came up here, and he's on the back street. I'll show you what that is. Yeah, so at 12:36, he's right there. He's going to go check and drive by, but he didn't because they're still down there. So he drove over here somewhere, and then eventually he apparently pulls up the vehicle, according to one of the documents, at 12:47. So like 11 minutes later, he parks right here, facing that direction, and then he gets out at some point, and he walks over this way. But I think he went to the right spot, but they had taken his gun, and it's at night, so he can't see as good. That's pretty interesting. I didn't realize he said that. Right there, that's crazy, right? I'm not finding my rifle. Could be in the wrong spot. Wow. Do you think they found it? Now it's saying, like, wow, okay, so you went there. Now he's thinking that they must have found it. Don't know. They haven't published anything. If they have, see, that's interesting. I don't remember them saying that at trial, except a lot of times I'm busy doing stuff. Yeah, I think people that like to hear the side of Candace Owens are idiots, okay? I'm just saying. There's only one side to this case, and it's Tyler Robinson absolutely 100% did it. Every single piece of information points to it. It's the most clearest case in the history of true crime. Never seen anything better. So for people to sit there and entertain absolute garbage on Candace Owens, Baron Coleman, the like, it's embarrassing. Okay, it really is. It's sad, and I find it disgusting that people actually give them a like or a watch or anything. It's just pure BS, and they get all the views. They suck the oxygen out of the true crime world because everybody watches that. Bullshit.
The truth is, you're as dumb as they come.
There you go. Just for you, Lisa. I mean, not to you, but, you know, you told me to play it. Yeah. Man, that's pretty interesting, don't you think, you guys? That's what we're looking at here, is he got out of the car. You know, we've seen this. And I think this might even be the time. See, there he is getting out, and he walks that direction. Now, unfortunately, well, you'll be able to see it here in a second. I've showed you guys before. You see right in front of that window, right there, boom. See, he walks by there, and he's headed to the crime scene. I bet he couldn't find it. And then we don't know what time he showed back up here, though. I mean, unfortunately, there's no time code on that surveillance footage that they showed us. And so that would be the... I'm going to see if the road closer to campus is open. So, yeah, he drove by there. That's what we just saw at 12:36. So I can drive past and check shit out. Probably still closed off, though. Getting worried. So he drove up. He saw that it was closed off, and he didn't go there. Hard to know for sure, but I'm not finding my rifle. Could be in the wrong spot. Do you think they may have, do you think they found it then? He probably was in the right spot. I don't know. They haven't published anything if they have. And it says, Lance, why do you leave it behind? Why did you leave it behind originally? And also, does it have a serial number? Yeah, those are questions that it'd be great to have the answer to those. It did have a serial number, but it's why did you leave it behind? There's only two options. One is he left a screwdriver on the roof, so after he took the fully assembled rifle into the wooded area wrapped in a black towel, he didn't have the ability to take the rifle apart and put it back down his pants. Or he always meant to put it there and needed to have a little quicker escape, so he hid it there and he left, and he always planned on getting it back, as he possibly did on his dry run when he left his backpack in there and then retrieved it another time. You get what I'm saying? What does that mean, runner girl? That doesn't make any sense. Type a better sentence that's actually English, okay? No, if you believe we were talking to you, runner girl, I'm sorry, but if you must have felt like we were talking about you. There isn't another side to the story, runner girl. And here's what I'll tell you. I'll just tell you this. I'm not referring to you specifically. I'm saying this. If you believe that there's this whole other side to the case and there's something else going on, you have a mental deficiency, and grade school and high school and any other level that you went to really let you down. That means that your logic and reasoning skills have diminished to a point where ghosts and goblins become true. All right. I hope that's not you. Why did you leave it behind originally? Also, does it have a serial number? I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. Well, right, but it would trace to your grandfather, right? I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. So that ability, the time one makes sense, but what do you mean the ability? See, the ability to me points to the screwdriver issue. You see what I'm saying? No, two crazy beagles. I'm going to say exactly what I just said every single time. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell me how to be, you know. I can't stand it. I think people are insane, and it's not doable. Yeah, something's really wrong with Candace Owens. Like, she's psychotic almost, like a sociopath. You know what I'm saying? And it was nice. I said, in general, if there's people out there that believes there's another side to this case, that there's something else, that it's a cover-up, then there's something wrong with your brain. Can we all agree with that? There's no logic in there. There's nothing that points to there being anything else going on. So how can we sit here and pretend that it's a good thought? I don't believe in the statement when people say you have to respect their opinion. I don't believe in that theory whatsoever. I believe everybody's right to have an opinion, but I'm not required to respect somebody's opinion when it doesn't make sense. Okay? I hate when people say that. Oh, you have to respect their opinion. No, you don't. No, you don't, man. That means, okay, so you have to listen to like a pedo, and he's telling you all this shit, and you got to go, yeah, I respect your opinion. Come on. Nobody has to respect anything. Opinions. You have to respect the right for somebody to state their opinion, but after that, you can say whatever the hell you want related to what they said. Don't you agree there, two crazy beagles? Around the edges with people that are listening. Well, that's true. I mean, maybe that would help more if I pretended that, like if I went like this, hey, runner girl, yeah, I totally disagree with you completely. I have no clue how anybody could ever come up with that, but hey, you're more than welcome to throw your opinions in here, which they are. They can go ahead and put it in. What do you mean you're supporting me monthly for now? I don't know what that means. That sentence. I don't get it. I'm supporting you monthly for now. What does that mean? I'm confused. For now? Like I'm on some kind of a list? Yeah, the for now part. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't really care what Charlie Kirk would do, but I don't know what you mean by I'm supporting you monthly for now. What does that mean? Yeah, I have no idea what that means. You mean like if I don't shape up, I join for $299 a month? What do you mean? I don't think they have anything like that. You join for $299 a month? Man, where? Where'd you do that? Yeah, I guess I'm on probation. I don't know where that $299 a month is. I only have a $199, a $499, and a $999. Oh, I see. $299. Apple, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what. See, Apple Pay, you guys get robbed by Apple Pay, you guys. Right. But here's the thing, two crazy beagles. I don't know what you mean by I'm supporting your monthly for now. I don't know what that means. But I'm sure this is what I'm not going to do is like be different because somebody says that I'm not sending you any more support, or I won't send you support if you don't meet my standards. You know, it's like, okay, if you don't like me, you don't like me. Hey, look at that. We got Tracy Von Brott, 1 year of absolute hell. Thank you for surviving that year. Yeah, cool. Thanks for joining there, Two Crazy Beagles. I got two crazy... I saw a Chihuahua. It looked just like Clancy. I was like, I even stopped the person. I was like, wow, I got one that looks just like that. Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's see if we can get some more support for the channel, you guys. We're currently at 1/3 of the goal currently. So, still way behind. And we're 2 hours in. Be nice, Gray. You're on probation now. I'm sending $2.99 a month for now, but it could change real quick if you sound a little different. You know, if I don't like what you say, I'm gonna hold it back. Let's see. I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints, though. That's kind of how you'd say it. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. I didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. Yeah, so I think that, I don't know, it's weird. The second part is exactly what you would think. He quickly rushed to just change and hide it and then get the hell out of there. But the ability part, was that because he left the screwdriver on the roof? Or was he, you know, there's no way he always meant to leave it on the roof. Hey, thanks, Carrie Summers. Well, that's just the way I am, Two Crazy Beagles. I'm complaining that I do these shows, and for years we had people with just supporting the channel, you know, the way I am, and then all of a sudden it's different, you know. So it has nothing to do with what you're saying. I don't need people to tell me stuff like that. I understand already. I'm sure you're not a stupid truck driver, Two Crazy Beagles. I'm sure your brain works as good as anybody else's, all right? Okay. Let's see, and it said, they didn't have the ability to bring it with, and then Lance said, and you're back at the bush? See, I don't remember reading this. You guys remember this part? And you're back at the bush? I think Kim went through and found, like, you know, the parts that they weren't reading, and then, like, I was going to do that one time. I don't see anything about it being found. So Tyler says, yes, check, okay, and you're back at the bush? Yeah, okay, it says new text up there, and it says, Tyler said, yes, check the internet, see if they found it. And then, I don't see anything about it being found, but I don't know if they would release that info right away. Tyler said, I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. Yeah, but I know. Okay, so that was you. All right. Yeah, I was looking for the Kim that sent him. But the thing is those are just pictures of the screen, Kim. I looked at it. All right. Nate Eaton is not allowed to bring his cell phone in and take pictures of a television set in the courtroom. All right. Now, I have a message in with him, but I think those are on the screen. You just have to kind of like find them, pause it, and then it's stuff that they didn't read but still shows up because they're not allowed to do that in the courtroom. I don't think there's any way that judge would say, yeah, go ahead and pull out your cell phone, you guys, and take pictures of that screen. You know, because then it's like, well, how do you know they didn't capture the next thing that popped up? Right. So, I don't know. Guess we'll have to check it out. I'm waiting for a reply from him, though. Probably doesn't check that very much. Yeah. Are you guys even here? Hello? Man. Come on, you guys. Let's get some communications. I'm just going to sit here and stare at the screen until people are communicating. Hey, a couple comments came in. All right, great. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. The camera panned several times during the hearing, and we weren't able to see the phone. But it was still being displayed in the court. We know that. So it was still visible in the media, sure. But Brian Enton is not allowed to pull out his cell phone and take a picture of the screen. Does anybody in here believe in here that the judge allowed Brian Enton, or Nate Eaton, I mean, to pull out a cell phone and take pictures of the screen because it was panned over at the time? I mean, there's almost no chance that that is a reality. Now, unless it was like after court, they, put him back up on the screen for them and said, okay, now we're not in session, go ahead and take a couple pictures. I could see maybe something like that. Like after the day was over, they bring up the same exhibits and then let them take pictures of it. The ones that were on the screen. Maybe. That would be about it. I'm going to start doing that. When you guys aren't chatting, I'm going to start doing the clown music. Yeah. Anyways, I'm waiting for the answer. Maybe we'll get it at some point. Feasibly say it was stolen. How you would lose. Let's see. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? I don't know. You feasibly say it was stolen? And then he says, I don't know how you would lose something. Doesn't say there. I mean, I'm not sure what you're saying when you say it sounded like it was a free-for-all. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're saying. I guess I'll have to go look at it later. Lance says, was your change of clothes there, or was that also gone, or did you bring those with you originally? So that's sort of newish too, right? Anyway, you could replace the gun, or would he notice? So look, it's like he's trying to help him out. Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. I'll bet that canine sniffed it out. Little snitching bastard. Replace it? Unlikely. I don't fully know what the gun was, 'cause it was old as shit, and Gramps did some modifying. There was a 4-digit serial on it. God only knows who it's registered to. Hopefully some dead guy who gave it to Grandpa. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. So it's kind of interesting how the way he words it here, it sort of matches what Twigs was saying, how he didn't really know what he put on him. He thought it was just for hunting. You know, because he says, remember how I was engraving bullets? Like, almost like he didn't know. Twigs didn't know what was on him. The effing messages are mostly a big meme. Because wouldn't he already know if he had showed it to him? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to sit here and explain, oh, if it says notices bulge. So that means Twigs didn't know what was on those bullets. If I see notices bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. My old man has shit memory and doesn't shoot all his guns often. That's sort of new, too. Oh, there goes my stomach. Okay. Are you guys just going to keep doing this where we're not getting feedback or communications in the chat, even after I've explained it 1,000 times to you guys? That it's up to you to communicate and help out in the algorithm. You know, I'm doing as best as I can. I don't know how to do this any better. Hey, all right. That's it. I'm taking back my $2.99. Excellent. All right. Okay, guys. I need your guys' support on the channel. We're all together, combined with just the whole thing. We're at like 60% for the night. So that includes coffees, etc. So if you guys could please help support the channel, that would be great. If you're not going to be chatting or typing or anything like that, if you could just support the channel, that'd be fantastic. Especially since Marty's taking back his $2.99. All right. Doesn't shoot, Tyler said, doesn't shoot all his guns often. Oh, act like I have it. I'll act like I have it for a year or 3, and then act confused when he asks for it. Well, no, because they found it, you idiot. I mean, you weren't able to retrieve it. I'll say I left. I wonder if this is before, I don't know. I'll say I left it with him at a campout or some other more likely excuse. Do you need it for hunting? No, my dad wanted to use a higher caliber for the rifle hunt. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. That's funny. Marty comes in with busts out a joke and then he disappears. Let's see. Do you need it for hunting? No, my dad wanted to use higher caliber for the rifle hunt. Why say the rifle hunt? Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. See, that's the comment that puts him in a different category. If that was left out, you could, okay, you could say that he's, maybe he did feel bad or something. And maybe he still did feel bad, but to say that comment, it's so cold. I think that was a $2,000 scope. Jeez, Lance said. What's OMW mean? On my way. On my way home. 3.5. So this must be right at 1:36 or so, right? Is that the time? Yeah, 1:36. 1:33 is when he searched how to get home. So that's not right there. Yeah, on the search warrant it said that he did a search for that was 1:35, I mean. So 1:33 he did a search on Google Maps, and 1:35 he's seen on camera actually leaving. But it could be that was like at 1:29, whatever, and then he does the search, etc. He has to. I don't know if he can be texting. On my way home, 3.5 hours. Drive safe. So that's probably as he's pulling away then. So he'd already done the search. That's probably like at 1:36, I think. Drive safe. Tyler says, delete this exchange. Lance says, all right. All right, I'm seeing shit and falling asleep at the wheel. Gonna tell my boss I got food sickness. And then I think that was it. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is deputy for the sheriff. We hope to keep things sort of quiet here. Let's see, where is this? Maybe I'll try to find it. What was the name of that? What was that? You sent an email that had the his video on it, right? Is this it? Okay, here are screenshots of the text messages. Let me go back. Between Lance Swiggs and Tyler Robinson read in court this morning. These were sent the evening Charlie Kirk was shot. I'll post videos shortly of the agent reading all of them, as the camera didn't capture the entire exchange. Yeah. I'm wondering though, like that looks like that's on a I know, is that actually the TV screen that was in there? Yeah, see, it feels like I've seen all these. Yeah. So everything right here, this is it, right? Yeah, I've seen all this. Like those are all on the screen. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is deputy for the sheriff. We hope to keep things sort of quiet here. No further exchanges were read. Last text message was 7:42 p.m. on the 11th. Let's see. This was not shown on the screen in court. Most of it is new. Tyler said, the past, we were never shown. Page 16, text, never read out loud. The past is what the note they're referring to. Like probably just talking about the day. The past, 8 hours have been, who knows. Anyways, Lance said, them or your grandparents would probably let me stay with them for a bit while I sort things out. The past. I wonder if I have that. Let me go look. I have a text file. I'm not really sure what the order is in here, but let's see. This is the one I've had. The past. Let's see if that's even on here. All right, guys. Massive lull again. Massive lull. We're just not there. What do you mean you couldn't find that? That looks kind of short. Yes, his DNA is on the rifle. It's on the bullet that shot Charlie Kirk. And the screwdriver that was on the roof. And the towel that the rifle was wrapped in. It's one of the simplest cases in the history of the world. No, he didn't wear gloves. He's an idiot. In terms of being a criminal. Maybe that's good. Hey, Marty, you still out there, man? Hey, thanks, Robin Scott. Appreciate it. Yeah. You are all, and then it says, them or my grandparents would probably let me stay with them. So I remember that in the documents. For a bit while I sort things out. You don't worry about me. You're all I worry about, love. See, it's weird. He didn't want to tell him, but that text message got sent out. And now they're having conversations about it because that got sent out. If you read the text he sent at 4:33, I think, it was just, moi, love you, that kind of thing. There was nothing. But now Twigs is involved, in terms of, they're communicating. You're all I worry about, love. You don't got to worry about me. You're all I worry about, love. I'm much more worried about you, Lance said. Tyler said, don't talk to any media, please. Don't take any interviews or make comments. I've seen that one. I don't think that's new. That one's in the documents. Okay, I won't. I won't say anything. I'll always love you. Those seem new. I will always love you too. I will write to you as soon as possible. What was that one? Don't talk to media. I don't have it open anymore. I will always love you too. I will write to you as soon as possible. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. My lawyer should be Doug Terry. I'll see if he can reach out to you and make sure the police follow. Following texts were not displayed in court or in search warrants. These are from the charging documents. Tyler, my dad wants photos of the... Tyler said, my dad wants photos of the rifle. Yeah, so these... I was trying to figure out the order of all these, because that's obviously way earlier, you know. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle. Oh, okay, that must be the next day then, because that was put out the next morning. So maybe this is the order. And it is very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Text from search warrant. Let's see. I'm sorry, but I think this might be it. Okay, that's obviously from the night before. If the way is clear, I can try and come your way to say goodbye. No, wait, no? No, this is the next day too. I thought he was talking about the rifle. Yeah, so this is about like, I have a spot in mind to probably take his own life or something. Second message, are there cops outside? Let me read the last one again. I'm sorry, but I think this might be it. If the way is clear, I can try and come your way to say goodbye. After that, I have a spot in mind that I'll call the police to. Second message, are those cops outside? Third message, and why are you calling the police anywhere? Fourth message, not yet, but I have no doubts that they will be on me within the hour, and I will be giving my location up and going out on my own terms. I have no intention of being drugged through the courts, like you have been, in front of the country, like you have been. Can I come see you? After that, I can call my dad and see if he is willing to help me or not. Fifth message, Lance. I'm just at my parents' right now. Maybe I could make an excuse to head home for a bit. You would need to do that right now. Any ideas? These are from those documents. For an excuse? For getting out of this? None short of my family being willing to cover for me. I am effed. I'm not going to be able to leave. What's something urgent I would need to leave for? You could say I told you there is an emergency at home that I need you for with a few details. I said I'm swapping laundry, heading home now. Nice, I'll see you soon. Coworker has just sent me the still of me on campus. Oh, jeez. So he sees that picture of himself walking up the stairs. So here, look at Candace Owens. Candace Owens, listen. He actually says, Tyler says, oh my God, that's me in the stairs. It's all fake though, right? Coworker has just sent me the still of me on campus. That's hilarious. What is your ETA? Like 3 minutes. And that's it. Crazy. All right. Oh, you're lurking? I think you're on a rewind. I think you're a little bit behind there, Marty. I just realized. Let's see. Right. How about this, you guys? Can somebody out there see if we can do one challenge in here so we get to 80% of our goal? We just need one. All right. Now let's check out. Let's do the muffler situation. Well, it's already been enough TurboCast. Easily. There's always been enough. Yeah, he should have ruled that there was probable cause already. The judges had enough for a while. That was pretty interesting. Just the sun changing that little bit. See the shadow? When you play it fast, see how it moves a little bit? Just that little bit. Yeah. Right, so are you saying it's so annoying when I type too? Jesus. Alright. No? Nobody's going to do one? I think we got a troll in our midst. Alright, let's see. Okay, there you go. So you can see the back of the car right there. Let's see. Save that. And I could open up Photoshop here. That's
Missouri
okay.
Senator
Two
Eric
crazy
Schmidt.
beagles.
From your vantage point, I think Bill Ackman's right. From your vantage point, our geopolitical foes, they're not going to stop building data centers, knowing the importance in the very near future and even in the present of AI. You know, does this not put us behind the 8 ball?
Well, I would say we are in a real competition for the future with China. There's just no doubt about that. And what that looks like and how people receive information.
I have no
will
idea
it be
where
on a
that's playing.
CCP-run backbone or will it be, you know, an American backbone? So the next 250 years are going to be determined by who wins this technological competition. There's no doubt about it. But I have to say, Sean, just, you know, being on the show and watching that clip earlier of Andy.
There we go. But that was the same thing I just had open. I guess it was on that same page. Oh, hey, look at that, you guys. We got a last-minute challenge by the generous Marty's Bar and Grill. Anybody want to do that one? Help me out there. We need 5 gifted memberships for 50 in coffee. That would get us close, you know. Hey, there's Lisa Valenzuela. Thank you. I need 4 more. All right, let's see what happens. Image adjustment, brightness, contrast. There you go. Look at that. See, you see the 2 mufflers on the back. apparently, when he was in the car in the garage, doesn't have the dual exhausts back there. But hey, guys, we got a challenge in there by Marty's Bar and Grill. So we need 4 more gifted memberships by the people watching, or if somebody just sent in a 20, or if 4 people send in 5, or 10 people send in 2, we'll end up reaching the challenge. And that's a great way to help support the channel, since it's like 3 for 1 on your part. Lately, though, it hasn't seemed to make a damn bit of difference. All right, let's see if we move this. Go for. I don't know if that's it. That's not even it right there. That one? Yeah, it's got the same damn. It's like these people are crazy. Yeah, it has the same damn double muffler exhaust on it. See that? It's right there. Yeah, well, the one they towed away, the one that was towed away had 2. I just showed it to you. That's the one that was in the driveway. Are you guys not going to do the challenge there that Marty just put out?
Mr. Robinson, come off the field to walk with this vehicle.
And of course, that's probably the one they choose, because that one doesn't show that. Thanks to Crazy Beagles. You guys, we have a challenge up there. Do you see that? We need 4 more gifted memberships so that we could come close to the goal tonight. And then Marty's going to send in equivalent of 10. All right? So we're just waiting for those. Ah, that's not going to work. I don't know if that's going to happen, Marty, but thank you for the... Let's see. There he goes. Boom. That was so easy to debunk. I mean, it's just so simple. Where do these people come up with this stuff? It's wild. Well, they do look like clowns, random bogey, just like you. You ever looked in the mirror? You look just like one. It's weird. Let's see. I'm just joking with you, man. Don't worry. Let's see. Anytime. All right. Hey, thanks, Haley. As in Haley's Comet. I saw that. I remember that from Reacher. I saw that coming like Haley's Comet. You guys ever watch Reacher on Amazon? It's pretty good. I've watched it like 5 times, the series. I don't know why. It's something about it. Oh, yeah. And today I went in. It was pretty funny. I went in to get to the my doctor. And we're sitting there, and we said, hey, let's get a blood draw. I hate getting blood drawn. I mean, I hate it, right? And then the nurse that came in, she's really good. She's not even a nurse. She's like an assistant or whatever. But she does blood draws and gives shots and everything. But she'd asked me, hey, do you want one of those pneumonia shots, vaccines? And I said, no. Not really. Maybe the next time. She goes, okay. And then when she's actually a nurse practitioner, my primary, she's really good too. So she said, hey, do you want to get, so she asked the same question. Hey, do you want to get your, you want to get that shot, the pneumonia shot, vaccine? And I said, no, maybe next time. And then she started laughing and looked at me. She goes, I've heard that before. It was just the total busted guilt laugh, And so I said, okay, I'll do both of them. And then the nurse came in, the, whatever you call her, the assistant. And she just I didn't feel hardly anything on the blood draw. The shot, I didn't feel a damn thing either. Of course, I'll start feeling it tomorrow or something. But, yeah. I did get my pneumonia vaccine. Apparently it works pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, so might as well get the vaccine, huh? Thanks, Juju Bean. So what are we at now? I think we need we need 2 more of those. 2 more super chats of $5, and we'll reach Marty's goal. We'll be $1 short, but hey, who's counting? Let's see if I get some notifications. I always get notifications on here. Looks like 2 mufflers to me. Where do these clowns come up? Yeah, there it is. Jane Doe, she's good out there. Yeah, I guess I could put it right here too. Where am I doing that? Let's see. Tyler Robinson's Dodge Challenger wasn't at UVU at all. A thread on confirmation bias. Yeah, well, what's weird is like that means the guy that's pretending to be Tyler Robinson, he actually put a license plate that has Tyler Robinson's plate numbers on it, and then it just so happens the guy looks just like him, and he also drove a Dodge Challenger that wasn't Tyler's, of course, but they put his plates on it. Wow, that is amazing. Would they use tape on that one, or crazy? Yeah, I'll tell you what really makes you feel like dying is food poisoning. That one, food poisoning is the worst. It's just, a lot of people think they have food poisoning, but they just have gastroenteritis. Food poisoning is a whole different ball game. When you get food poisoning, your body starts removing anything that's in your system throughout any sort of way possible. And you literally feel like you can die from it. It's like it's horrible. gastroenteritis has some of the similar, like, your body's trying to eliminate something, but it's not the same at all. It's not even close. Food poisoning is, wouldn't wish that on really anybody. I had it one time because what did I do? Oh, yeah, I went to Fred Meyer's, the grocery store. And I went in there, and there were salmon sitting there, and I thought, ooh, I can make me some sushimi. And I just ordered, like, the regular fillets of salmon out there, and I cut it up, and I ate it. Like, I don't even know what the hell I was thinking. It was so stupid. But, yeah, like, sushimi is, like, prepared and saved a certain way, and it's just basically completely preserved raw fish, Salmon's sitting there, and it's not like that at all. It's like, might be there that day. They put out the next one. Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, everything. It was like, it's weird. You go to the bathroom and it's like coffee. It's crazy. It's like the craziest thing you've ever seen. Your body's just trying to remove everything, throwing up, etc., etc., etc. It's wild. Yeah. And so we're not going to get those other two gifted 5 up there to kick in Marty's 10. That's just 10 more bucks, you guys. We can do it. And yes, we try to do that on this show because I have goals to reach so that we can continue at the end of each month to support various true crime related charities and our scholarship fund and our DNA fund, etc., 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 etc. And it also keeps me able to have a channel. So we're just looking to get those other 10 or 2 $5 gifted memberships, and then we'll have reached the close to the nightly goal. We didn't quite make it. Feels like sometimes I'm just spinning my wheels, like it doesn't matter what I say to you guys, or, it's frustrating. I mean, that's like the opportunity where you could really make a difference when you have a challenge like that. Rather have a cold than nobody would want a stomach bug. Yeah, pancreatitis isn't good. That's for sure. But thanks, Kim out there, for sending the messages. Appreciate that. Well, look at that. Haley did it. Somebody did it, for God's sakes. I mean, you got 126 people, and we can't get... it's so difficult. It's crazy. Thank you, Haley. And thank you, Marty, for doing that challenge. Really appreciate it. I'll let you know what... it's funny. I always get their names, but like Brian Etten and the other guy. And Nate Eaton. Nate Eaton, Brian Etten. It's like, geez, come on. They're both. I actually think Nate Eaton is probably the best reporter out there. I think he's like totally legit. Like, he doesn't ever do shit where it's sensationalistic or, entertaining weird ideas or anything. He does. I would actually put him on social media. He does work for a news station, so they get the, but I think he's most trustworthy of them all. Don't you guys agree with that? Hey, thanks. 2 Crazy Beagles. Very cool. Yeah, no, he's good on all of them. I mean, he covers a lot of cases. He's always good. You can trust when Nate Eaton puts something out, and the way he does it, you can trust what he's putting out. You can't always do that with some of these other guys. Okay, honest to God, you can't. With him, I think he's really accurate a lot. You know. Yeah. Yeah, I've communicated with them sometimes over the years on various cases. You know, the one with that kid that was missing in that a little kid that was a farmer. He was like, I don't know, 18 or 19. Can't remember the name of that one. And then Daybell. Yeah, he did a lot of those cases over there. Daybell was probably that's how he became known. Just sort of like Nate Eaton became known in the what was the name of the one and the guy in the lady in the van, that drove the girl, and they got in the fight and he killed her. What the hell's her name? I don't know why his name's not popping into my head. Yeah, that one was Dylan Rounds. Right. I think I do the same thing when I'm different than these guys. The thing is, what they do is they have sources out there and they get information. And then what I do is I collate everything and put it together using logic, reason, common sense, and the facts that that you get that makes sense. Like something, like Nate Eaton put something out, you can use it, or documents. CBS put something out, ABC, whatever. Then that's probably factual information. And then I put it together in a way that all of a sudden makes sense. Yeah, remember, that's what I was going to say. He went all the way out to Hawaii. That was his case. And then Brian Enton's case was Brian Laundrie. That's what I was looking for. His case was Brian Laundrie. That's where he sort of made his name, where people were like, oh, yeah, hey, there's Brian Enton. Yeah, you remember that? I'm not sure if the hand coming out of the garden, if there's a hand coming out of the garden bed. Well, what do you mean you're not sure? That's just, how would a hand be coming out of the garden bed? Yeah, that's all I remember from that. They got murdered in the church by the person dressed in... Oh, yeah, that one. When did she do that, Chicken Wing? That was... Why can't I remember that case either? Jesus. Oh, Bieber. Missy Beavers. That's right. Missy Beavers. That's that one. Have you ever seen Mike or Dot? No, I don't watch other people like that. I don't know what you're referring to. No. Yeah. Those guys are usually, like, I don't know what they sell or what they're doing. Yeah, we try not to... If I want to bring up a channel, I'll bring it up. I don't like people talking about other channels in here. Really? She went over Missy Beavers. Why would she do that? Is there something going on with Missy Beavers? It's kind of... She usually picks up on something if it's something else happening. Maybe it was 10... no, it was 10 years ago. Wow, that's wild. 10 years ago. Yeah. I guess it was April 15th. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they're getting close and there's a little buzz that law enforcement put out there. Yeah, the Karen Reed case, I was never into. We covered it, like the whole case while sitting here, like a couple nights or something, or maybe even more nights, and it's just like, I don't know. I guess the problem with that one is it was never really strong. Like, you couldn't, like, go, oh yeah, 100% this is what happened. So that's why it's like keep getting hung jury after hung jury or not guilty. It's just. And it became too political, like one team versus another team. Stupid. Just stupid. I hated that case. Yeah. Really wasn't that interesting, to be honest. It was just all conspiracy theory, speculation, just went on and on and on. What do you mean the drawings? He did all the drawings. What do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. What do you mean he did both of them? What do you mean? Yeah, I just told you not to put the name in there again. And it reminded you of what to do. What do you mean, reminded you what to do? What does that mean? Diagram the house outside, and he reminded me of what to do. What you do. It reminded me of what you do? With dots? I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that copy me out there for sure. Definitely the norm. I always think it's funny. I'll be scrolling by, I'll see somebody talking about something, I'll flip over there for a minute, and they'll be trying to use Google Earth, and they're all over the place. Just like, can't do it. Yep. But he thinks, who's a woman? Yeah, I think I've always said that, Chicken Wing. I think that I think the person in the SWAT suit is a woman. I said that. That's what I think. I actually think that is a woman in the SWAT suit. I said that all those years ago, and even when we've covered it in the last, 6 years or so, I've said the same thing. The shoes are too big. Everything's too big. Looks like on Lord of the Rings when they, Frodo and Sam put on the orc outfit that was, on the ground dragging around, Remember that? Yeah, it could be. I do have a folder on that. Maybe one of these days we can go back over Missy Beavers. Would you guys be into that? I have like all the surveillance footage from around. All of it. I don't. How about the rest of you guys? Would anybody else be interested in going back over Missy Beavers one of these days? Well, thanks for all the input there. Jesus. All right. I guess that's going to do it. 3 hours. We're at 10:16. You enjoyed it? Yeah. You guys have any thoughts at all? And if you know any cases that they seem like people might be talking about, send them over. I know you know, like this one I thought tonight was pretty interesting. Like, you know, where the hell is she? You know. Okay, Haley. Yeah, I just talked to the sister on that, Lisa, the other day. And they said that they have different new information. They'll get a hold of me when they're ready to talk about it. So that was kind of cool. That was just like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago or something. Did you guys ever go watch the court TV that I was on about this case, though? I thought it went pretty good. It was cool that they let me do the Google Earth. I don't know. The person seemed to be sort of waiting around. They were moving around too slow in there, Jessica. I don't know. Why would you have to kill? I think they were there to kill Missy Beavers. That's what I think. Because why would you need to kill wearing all that outfit and everything? That's bad timing, two crazy beagles, because I'm getting the hell out of here. Yeah, see, well, you know, it's on their channel, but I'm just saying. It's weird how, like, it's just, I don't know. Well, thanks, Michelle. Yeah. I guess it's like if you're more, I think a lot of people aren't that interested in the Tyler Robinson case that are on my channel, but people seem to show up and watch it from other places. So I think it's kind of like that. Man, all my moderators forgot to watch. That's good stuff. Really. Although it doesn't help my channel out at all. I just wanted to see what you guys thought. All right, thanks Richard Watts up there early on. Then we had Jeffrey Siddall, Cheryl Bullock, Jeffrey Siddall again, Six Kids UK, Jessica Schubach, Juju Bean, Michelle H., Songbird, Six Kids UK, Leo the Lion, Carrie Summers, and Two Crazy Beagles. Then we had 10 minutes after that one, we had Nurse Up. Then we had Kim from Rochester. This was when I was doing my dramatic reading. And then Haley Gray for the work at. And then Tracy Von Brott, 12 Months of Hell. Carrie Summers, Robin Scott, Lisa Valenzuela. You know, you guys should actually put words in your super chats that we can discuss later, you know. And then we had Two Crazy Beagles again, and Haley, who said that they might still support me in the future. The other one. Not Jujubee, but. And then Haley, and then Two Crazy Beagles. Then we had Marty's with some coffees. Then we also had Tyler, what the hell am I talking about? Timothy Tyler. Timothy Cecil, and then also we had, looks like Paulette sent in a PayPal. I thought it was Sandy Shirley did one. I don't know. And then Michael sent in 20 on Venmo. All right. Very cool. Yeah, you guys, let's do a little session of jokes, though. Come on, you guys. Who's got jokes? Who's got the jokes? I think we were just short of... yeah, we're very close. Like within almost $3 short of the goal. That's pretty good. Did you... let's see. Did you hear the coroner died? He still went to work. Oh boy. Always has the jokes. Yep. Who else? Come on. Who else has a joke out there? Well, they had to throw him in the coffin and take him to his office, so he made it there. Hey, thanks, Lexi. Come on, who's got a joke? Yeah, yeah, it's obvious joke. Yeah. Know what I'm saying? And thanks, Buke, earlier. Okay, I'll go find some jokes. Let's see. Okay, let's see. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. Hey, I couldn't figure out why the baseball kept getting larger. Then it hit me. That one's pretty good. Okay, come on. That was pretty good. I couldn't figure out why the baseball kept getting larger. Then it hit me. Okay. Hey, what do you call a boomerang that won't come back? A stick. These are awesome. Come on. These are... what did the full glass say to the empty glass? You look drunk. These are awesome. These are the best there ever was. You look drunk. Hey, justice, like, you know, like the glass was drunk out of. Justice is a dish best served cold. Wait, justice is a dish best served cold. Otherwise, it's just water. Let's see. I don't know if, let me see if I got it right out of the gate. Justice is a dish best served cold. Otherwise, it's just water. What do you call a criminal landing an airplane? What do you call a criminal landing an airplane? Condescending. You get it? Condescending. How do you know my bubble gum went to heaven? I chewed the hell out of it. Hey, that's good. That's good. Why should you never throw Grandpa's false teeth at a vehicle? You might dent your car. You get it? Dent your car. Why are Christmas trees bad at knitting? Well, because first of all, they're not, you know, sentient beings that can knit, but they're all... Oh, shit. Why are Christmas trees bad at knitting? They always drop their needles. You get it? They drop their needles. Looks like T's car at a second hole. It doesn't, though. It doesn't. That's just the lighting. I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm not going to look at it again. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like these people can't be satisfied. It has two exhausts. Oh, then it looks like there's a second hole. It's just the lighting. I've seen it. I saw the same thing, but then when you bring it up, people go, "Oh yeah, that." It's crazy, you guys. Don't worry about it. Kerplode, don't worry about it. It's going to be all fine. Tyler Robinson is the killer, everybody. He is the killer. Yes, they got a double-holed exhaust pipe. Name an exhaust pipe that has 2 holes in it like that on both sides. Let's see. What do you call a pony with a cough? A little horse. Marty said, my wife keeps asking why I never take her to places she's never been. So I took her to the kitchen. My wife keeps asking why I never take her to places she's never been. So out of the goodness of my heart, I walked her to the kitchen. There you go. There you go. Hey, good night. 2 crazy beagles. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, don't worry about those things like that. See, they're never going to be satisfied. They're always going to be, keep looking and looking and looking. Like I saw this. Like right when it's like this, you zoom in about right there, and then there's a little darkness there and a darkness there. And then right on that one shot, it looks like 2 holes, but there isn't 2 holes there. Yeah, there just isn't. And the reason we know it, see, before they were talking about there's 2 mufflers, but how come the only one has 1? But there was 2. So now they go, oh, wait, what about the hole then? What about the hole then, Gray? What about the hole? And then you have to, it's just such a waste of time, Look at, it's probably just because, it's dark, Who knows? It's also, it's a camera picking up shit. You just don't know, There's no rhyme or reason, but it had his license plate on. It's the same car. You might want to ask yourself, do they make double mufflers that have 2 holes on both sides? The answer is no. Yeah, so you get that one shot, and it looks like that. So you're right in there. You're right in there. And the other side doesn't, though. So why is that? So like right there, there's just 1. See that? Oh, look at that. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's probably more accurate because you're farther away, right? See? Like right there. Hey, look at that. 1 hole and 1 hole. And then the pixelation and craziness, just sort of, there's artifacts that happen all the time. But you can see right there, there's 1 and 1, right? Awesome. All right, let's do some more of these. What do we got here? We got, what, you got more jokes in here? I like the jokes when you put them in the super chats. Those work pretty good. How lighting and angles can... Yeah, exactly. Did you hear about the fragile myth? It was busted. You get it? I can always tell when somebody is lying. I can tell when they're standing, too. That one's pretty good. Why did the egg hide? It was a little chicken. What did the dirt say to the rain? If you keep this up, my name will be mud. That's pretty good. Hey, why couldn't the sunflower ride its bike? It lost its pedals. What's the coolest... well, also because sunflowers don't have bikes. So that's why those jokes are dumb. It's like, okay, let's assume a Christmas tree can ride a bus. Now, what can we say about the... Okay. I used to be afraid of speed bumps. I'm trying to get over it. You get it? Trying to get over it. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. Yep. Let's see. What's the coolest element in the periodic table? Let's see. Beryllium. What's the joke there? Let's see. What's the coolest element on the periodic table? I don't know. BER, then YLLIUM. I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying it right, so it's not clicking in my head. Oh, burr. Like burr. What's the coolest element in the periodic table? Beryllium. Oh, Jesus. That absolutely is a dad joke right there. Hey, good night, chicken wing. I used to be afraid of speed bumps. I'm trying to get over it. Yeah. If your house is cold, just stand in the corner. It's always 90 degrees there. Yeah, get it? 90 degrees in an angle. I don't recommend entering a wormhole. You might get stuck in the apple. What? Ah, Jesus, that is stupid. I don't recommend entering a wormhole. You might get stuck in an apple. The owner of the tuxedo store kept hovering over me when I was browsing, so I asked him to leave me alone. He said, "Fine, suit yourself." That's ridiculous. All right, anyways. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here, and don't worry about it up there. Kerploid, everything's cool. You know, there's just isn't two holes there. It's all good. All right, and thanks everybody for being here tonight. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, and who the heck knows what tomorrow will bring. But, as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. Well, thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow. Be safe out there.
Evil can never be dead enough.
And some of you, you make shit up.
I always like that one. All right, see you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Almost, just got over the goal later in the show. Very cool. And thanks again there, Marty. Appreciate it. And everybody for making it happen. All right.